All right, everybody. Ready to dive into something new today?
Always ready.
Today, it's teaching English to speakers of other languages.
TESOL.
TESOL.
Yeah.
Catchy acronym.
It is catchy. Maybe somebody out there is thinking, all right, but why would I care about that?
Good question.
But today's deep dive, we're going to unlock some seriously fascinating things about the TESOL Professional Certificate.
Ooh, a professional certificate.
Yeah, it's like your golden ticket, to teaching English all around the globe.
Yeah, and it's a hot ticket because the demand for qualified English teachers, you wouldn't believe it.
Oh, really?
It's just skyrocketing.
Wow.
So they're projecting that China alone is going to need over 10 million English teachers by 2025.
10 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of folks who need to learn English.
So there's a need. All right. But what exactly is this TESOL certificate?
Yeah, good question.
I'm looking at these materials here, and it seems like it's way more than just, knowing grammar rules.
We're talking lesson planning, classroom management, even like cultural nuances.
Yeah. And this is what I think is really fascinating about the TESOL certificate,
Makes that.
It's that realization that walking into a classroom in, say, Japan is going to be a completely different experience than teaching in, say, Brazil.
Right, yeah.
So the TESOL certificate emphasizes this cultural awareness.
I see.
Which I think is great, and it really equips you to adapt your teaching style, understand the differences in nonverbal communication, and create an inclusive learning environment for everybody.
So it's almost like you're becoming a cultural ambassador just as much as you're becoming an English teacher.
Absolutely.
It's about building bridges.
It is.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I'm also seeing here a lot about integrating technology.
Oh, yeah.
Innovative teaching methods in these materials. So it seems like TESOL is really staying current and keeping up with the times.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that brings up a really good question. Why should someone listening right now consider TESOL? What are the benefits?
Well, the benefits, I think they're pretty clear.
Okay.
A TESOL certification is going to add a lot of value to your resume.
Okay.
And it's going to open doors to, job opportunities, not just at, regular schools, but also at more specialized language institutes.
Okay.
And get this, it even prepares you for the huge world of online teaching.
Oh, wow.
So you could be at home in your home office,
right,
connecting with students literally all over the world.
Yeah, it's amazing how much opportunity there is out there these days.
Truly is.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But we've talked about the great career potential. But we got to be real for a second, right? Teaching English abroad can also come with its own challenges.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's not always, smooth sailing.
It's not a vacation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I think it's really important to go into it with, realistic expectations.
Yeah.
You're going to be adapting to a new culture, potentially dealing with homesickness, and you're going to be navigating a different education system.
Right.
But you know what? These challenges, I think, also create these incredible opportunities for personal growth.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, for most TESOL teachers, the rewards far outweigh the difficulties.
Makes sense. It's all about finding that balance, right?
Right.
Speaking of finding things, one thing I'm not seeing in these materials is much about what the TESOL program actually looks like.
Oh, right.
What are like the core modules, the areas of focus that somebody would be diving into
Right.
if they were going to get this certificate?
Yeah, a typical TESOL program is going to cover key areas like teaching methodologies.
Okay.
So things like task-based learning or communicative language teaching.
Okay.
You're also going to really dive deep into lesson planning, developing engaging activities, mastering techniques for assessing language proficiency.
Right.
And then, of course, a big chunk of it is devoted to that cultural awareness piece that we talked about.
Yeah, so it's not just, learning about teaching.
Yeah.
It's learning how to teach.
Exactly.
In a variety of different contexts.
And do it well.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So for you, what gets you excited about TESOL?
Oh, man. Honestly, it's that moment when a student that has been struggling with a concept finally gets it.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just see it in their eyes, that spark of understanding, and their confidence just grows.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. That's what makes it all worthwhile.
That's got to be rewarding, right?
Oh, absolutely. And let's not forget, the joy of immersing yourself in a new culture.
Right.
Honestly, I feel like I've learned as much from my students as they've learned from me over the years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So to wrap things up here for everybody listening,
Yeah.
what does this all mean for you?
Right.
Well, whether you're thinking about, a big career change,
Hmm.
maybe you want to add some really valuable skills to your resume, or you're just curious about global education and, how that all works,
Yeah.
TESOL is definitely something worth checking out.
Absolutely.
It's a chance to join this global community, connect with people from all walks of life,
Yes.
and make a real difference in the world.
Yeah, and here's something to think about.
Okay.
Imagine a world where communication barriers just crumble
Yeah.
and there's understanding everywhere.
Love it.
TESOL teachers, they're the architects of that world.
That's a great point.
That's a powerful stuff.
That's something to think about.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive on the TESOL Professional Certificate.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See ya then.